Hello friends in the vinyl community, this is Josh from New York with a thread response. This is a thread response to Jonas's 3 questions, and I think these are really interesting questions because they make you represent other people. So I'm showing some records that I normally wouldn't show in all of my videos. So you'll see some stuff that you might not expect for me to have. So this will be interesting. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing pretty well. And yeah, what we're listening to right now is Bruce Springsteen's Darkness on the Edge of Town. It's my favorite Springsteen album. In college, I took a course on a freshman seminar on Bruce Springsteen. It was called Bruce Springsteen's America, and it was pretty interesting, and it gave me an appreciation for Springsteen, because before that I had no interest in the man whatsoever or his work. So now I definitely respect his stuff, especially his pre-80s stuff. Anyway, this is a thread response video, so I'll get to it. The first question was, how would you pass down 3 records to represent your collection to a younger person? And it's kind of, I know it's probably strange for me to say a younger person, because I'm one of the younger members of the community, but I'm thinking of like children, which is also strange for me because I don't really have any young children in my life or in my family. So it's kind of a strange question for me, and I may seem kind of out of touch when I show these records, but I'll try. My first record is Iron Maiden's Peace of Mind, and I hope you realize by now that I'm kidding, and I'm going to try harder than that. Here's Randy Newman's Little Criminals. These are just simple little songs with piano and a guy with a silly voice singing, and I think that's kind of accessible to kids, and as long as you don't get too deep into the lyrics, I think it's pretty enjoyable. And he did do music for Pixar movies and Disney movies, so I think it pretty much works. And yes, that is the album with short people on it. So this single was the first one I thought of when I first addressed the question in my head. This is the Flying Lizards, Money. It's just a kind of a funny little pop single, and I just, I think it'd be fun to dance to, and it doesn't count as one of my records because it's just a single, but I just thought I'd throw it in because it was my first thought. My second record is Belle and Sebastian's Right About Love. This is nice, airy music, and it's nice and soft, and this album itself has somewhat of an electronic component, so it's also danceable. And yeah, I think this one is a really good choice because it can also lead to a lot of other great bands in the future. And my third album for kids, I guess, to pass on would be my roached out copy of James Taylor's Greatest Hits. I really should get a better copy because this is gross, but the vinyl's okay. These are simple songs, and they're new standards, and I think they're songs everyone should hear. And I wish that I had grown up with this album, and I didn't. I didn't really know this album when I was a kid, or even most of my teenage years. So yeah, there's James Taylor's Greatest Hits, and I think everyone should listen to these songs. And they're really approachable. They're just nice, simple songs. Now on to my parents. If I could ever sum them up, this is my attempt. My mom is easier. I've shown in several videos a Carpenters record or two because she's into the Carpenters, and this is the singles compilation, and it's just what she listened to when she was a girl. And the other side of my mom is this. She's into harder stuff too, but not like death metal or anything. but she definitely likes some she likes some Aussie action, that's for sure. Used to be on car trips we would listen to Blizzard of Oz and the Randy Rhoads tribute album, the live album, over and over. Because for a long time I was a huge Ozzy fan too. I mean, he's still great, but you know, it's not really my cup of tea so much anymore. And the last one I saved for my dad, and he's pretty hard to sum up, and I don't really know much about his music taste, especially as far as stuff that I have. He was a minister, and he's into Christian rock and stuff, and I don't have any of that. So, but this album I got when I was shopping for records for him when I was first starting collecting, when I was 11 or 12 years old, and he said, that's a great album. So I picked it up, and I haven't really listened to the whole thing. So, yeah. And the third question, I don't want to exclude anybody, but these are just the first people that came to my head. Represent other members of the vinyl community with one record. And I think that this album represents very well Rob from Boston. We've become good friends, and we talk a lot. Rob, how you doing? And this album is a studio album, and it has deleted tracks from like their outtakes, I guess. And I think that kind of says something about Rob, because he does more than just one thing, and that's really cool. This next one is for one of the gurus of our community. This is Derek. I know a lot of people are gonna do Derek, but you know, when I think Derek, I think prog, and this is one of the few prog records I have, because it's a fantastic record. And this is The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway by Genesis, and yep. To me, that's Derek, and this is the soundtrack to The Breakfast Club. This is a quintessential 80s record to me, and when I think of an 80s record collector, I think Super Wes. So, shout out to Super Wes. I hope your move is doing well, and this is your record. You have Simple Minds on there, you have Wang Chung, you have, yeah. Lots of good stuff on there. And one of my favorite movies, by the way. So, there's my thread response. I hope this didn't go too long, but, I hope everyone is doing okay, and I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and if you could leave me a comment and let me know what you thought of these records, I would really appreciate it. So, take care, and I'll see you all soon.